you do? What do you do when you reach that point? Take classes, change your perspective, change your routine, get in touch with old friends, make new friends, hang out with your regular friends, involve yourself more with your family, travel. I don't know. What do you do when you reach that point in your mind where you're just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? I have the flu right now, and I feel like crap. Hi, Kenny. Yeah. Say hi. Well, come on in if you're gonna. Ow, your nails. I, I'm trying to figure out what YouTube is for me personally. I mean, there's an element that is missing from what I guess I do on YouTube and my real life. So much has happened to me in the last month that I just, if I get into it, it's just, it opens the floodgates, or, you know, I don't know. What do I want to use YouTube for? I guess that's what I have to figure out, because if I don't know what I'm doing on here, then there's no point for me to do it. And yes, there's poetry and at times, and yes, there's music at times as well, but I think I do YouTubing for vlogging purposes mostly, but then I still haven't really accepted or come to understand what my personal boundaries are and what is available and what is not. And it's not like anything's crazy or serious, it's just like, but how much of my privacy do I want to keep, and then is there a point? And I guess that's kind of what I wanted to discuss. Is there a point? Are you scared of dying? Now I can edit out all that 10 minutes of stuff, because I finally figured out something I can talk about. Will talk about. Are you scared of dying? For the longest time, I was not scared of dying. I was quite sure of it. And then I got to a certain point where a lot of fear has sort of entered, despite my aging and coming more to terms with life and what it means to live and to die. There's a fear of, well, how, first of all, I guess is one thing. I don't want to, go out tragically. I guess nobody really does, but at the same time, I don't see myself dying peacefully of natural causes in my bed at 89 years old. And according to any of the old people that I've spoken to, namely my grandfather, who says, quote, "Getting old is for the birds," and you can see it, and it is. So I don't think I want to live that long. I think somewhere in my 60s would be great. Somewhere in my 40s would be fine too, really. I guess that's the point. I don't know why I'm here, so I don't know if there's a point to a long life, I'm just sort of really going with the flow. What I call the bonus years, because I feel like I should have been dead already. I feel like, and I guess that's somewhat natural for anybody to live, to contemplate life and contemplate death. Um, I guess one of the few differences then with me to regular people is that I think about it all the time. That, and I've been thinking about it all the time for the better part of almost 20 years. And what life is, what death is today my last day to live. And I get thinking even more in depth about it when I get sick, because I just think like, oh, what if this is the illness that begins the downward spiral to the end of my unhealthy life? And who knows, is it? But on that part, I mean, on that hand, I'm not scared of death, because everything that lives dies, and that's fundamental and accepted completely. I'm a horticulturalist, and love to take care of my plants and, you know, watch them grow, you know, from beginning to end, and die for some of them. A lot of them, I've lost a lot of plants over the years for sure. And that's just the cycle of things. And then working in a cemetery for the last 5 years, I guess, kind of helps focus your perspective on what, you know, what life is and can be and is not. And I don't come from any religious, I don't even know if I'm in the camera. I don't come from any religious background, but I've done a lot of study in most of the religions that are predominant religions over the last 10 years. And it doesn't interest me. There's nothing in any of those sacred lifestyles, books, whatever, that influences me enough to adapt or adopt it or whatever. And I guess my perspective is that I've watched good people suffer, and I've watched bad people get away with murder, so to speak. And I myself have been both good and bad through my life, and that's the nature of life. And to say that all life has to live in a certain way, and this is the way of life, and this is what all this means, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I didn't want to really get into the religion topic. I guess, yeah, the whole, are you scared of dying, and why? I'm gonna watch this. It'll be 20 minutes long of me blabbing about something. And I'll watch it. I'll just feel like, discard. I have to go to bed. You ever get to a certain point in your life where you just feel like, what the hell are you supposed to do? What the hell am I doing? What do you do? What do you do when you reach that point?